big at all, but yet he's crushing it because he's built a business model. So remember this question: what skills do I need to survive and thrive in the new economy? You might be like, well, this sounds hard, but keep in mind, you got this. Like, be confident. Everybody I talked about at one time had no idea how to do any of this stuff. Eileen didn't know how to write a book. I didn't know how to write a book. James didn't know how to do e-commerce. Got Love didn't know how to make shirts, right? Everybody started with zero, and everybody started not having the skills they need. But the point of this masterclass is to identify, okay, so I need to study this more. I should go deeper on this, right? I should maybe pick one of these paths and learn more about it. So I have a question, have you started any of these income strategies yet? Or maybe, do you have other income strategies that you're focusing on that we haven't talked about? Definitely post that in the comment section. But then here's a power tip, is YouTube income stacking. And this is like where you can then take these and stack them together. What I've actually learned is that the influencers, the people on YouTube, the entrepreneurs that are crushing it the most are not just having one or two streams of income, but they have multiple streams of income. And that's really how they go side, part-time, full-time on income. On YouTube. And so there's other ones we didn't talk about: crowdfunding, merchant products. There's tons actually, but brand deals. When you add those together, they could begin to add up to something significant. So the power tip here is strategically build multiple streams of income this year around your YouTube channel. All right, so I hope that you found that training valuable. And actually, that was just a small part of a full-length YouTube masterclass that we did recently. And if you actually want to check out the entire training for free, it's available on replay right now at tubeinfluence.com. And we'll also post a link to it in the YouTube description below. Question of the day: how are you currently earning money on YouTube? And what did you think about the strategies and tips in this video? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. So thanks for checking out this video. Subscribe for more videos just like this. And if you want...
Bakit mo sa bibinting?
So I just created this dope website with Wix. Let me show you how I did it. First up, go to Wix.com. Now this is what it
Ada
matters.
dito?
You're gonna add an image and some text. Oh, that's nice. First what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the font. Wait a minute, Frank, Brandon, David, who are these guys? One day I'm gonna create feral font. You guys know I got a lot of videos. Here, I've uploaded them all. And with a subscription, you guys can check out my top secret material. Hey, yo, I'm killing it in this high quality. See, I'm a sharing kind of guy. So here's my Instagram. Instant access. I look good. Why?
Ito sa nga ribbon niyan, titap mo ka. Buhot, lolo ka tag.
People stand up and listen. But with a site like this,
Kanya piso ko nagbuhot.
you're already there.
Nagpersay.
Go to Wix.com and create your stunning website today. That's all you got to do. It ain't hard. You ain't doing nothing. Stop eating chips.
Sinapat na.
So how do you come up with a cool name for your YouTube channel? In this video, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite tools, tips, and some of the biggest mistakes that I see people making so that you can come up with an awesome name for your channel. Coming up. Hey, what's up guys? Sean here with Think Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence.
Hmm. Hmm.
There are three ways you can use cryptos: hodl, trading, investing. When you hodl, you buy cheap, hold, and love you guys. Whoa! Hi guys, it's Minji here. Welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be tackling a topic I get asked a lot. And when people I go to parties and meet people and they find out I'm a full-time YouTuber, the first thing they normally ask is, how do you make money? And the second thing I feel like they want to ask, but they're too polite to ask, is how much money do you actually make? Now I've been a full-time YouTuber for 2.5 years now. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but this is what I love doing. I will not swap this for any other career in the world, but that's not what the video today is about, because I'm going to be talking about how much money I make as a full-time YouTuber and kind of how we get paid, so you can understand a little bit more about what goes into being a professional YouTuber. And I know there's a bunch of you now, and I feel like the numbers are growing, that say that they want to be a YouTuber full-time instead of another traditional career, which I feel like is amazing, because an amazing job, but I feel like you need to kind of know more about it, and not many people actually talk about what goes into building a channel, as well as how much money we get paid. Now, if you have questions about being a full-time YouTuber, please pop them below and I may make another video about that particular topic, but today we are talking about how much I get paid. Just to give you a bit of a background story, I used to be an accountant. From that, I stumbled onto being a social media consultant or manager for an internet marketing agency, and I moved on to being a marketing director of a startup. Now, what you guys may not know about me is, before I jumped into this career as a full-time YouTuber, I was making a very decent salary. Now, my salary was a six-figure salary. I was paid very well for my age. That time I was about 26 when I got that job, and it's an amazing job for an amazing company. And there was absolutely nothing wrong with that job. I just felt like being a YouTuber was my calling, and I loved creating content and being really creative every day. And I've always been a creative person, so this is kind of like why I get that really amazing job for this career in YouTube. Also, I want to say that I do live in Sydney, and for those of you guys that have any idea about Sydney,
It's really expensive to live here. It's one of the most expensive cities to live in the whole entire world, mainly because our housing is really expensive. Food is very expensive. Basically, everything is very expensive. So I have a lot more pressure to be making more money on YouTube because I gotta pay my rent, and rent is not cheap here. Just to give you an idea, right now my apartment costs about $620 a week, just for a really small shoebox. But I love this apartment, so and I have an apartment tour as well if you guys want to check that out. So that will give you an idea of how much money I need to make to actually survive. I also want to let you know the first year of being a full-time YouTuber was incredibly hard in terms of finance-wise. And if you watched my last year's New Year's video, it was about depression of being a full-time YouTuber. That was basically because of the huge lifestyle change that I had from my cushy job to being a full-time YouTuber. And I was really lucky to have the support of my boyfriend, who was willing to actually pay all the rent and things until I had enough money to pay him back. Now, the great thing is I took a part-time job while being my first year of being a full-time YouTuber, but I scrimped and saved, and I have to say I contributed my part of the rent through my part-time job as well as some income I made from my YouTube channel. Now, if you're living at home, it's a great way to start because you don't have the pressures of, paying all your bills and everything. So those of you guys that are starting really young, you're really lucky because you don't have that financial pressure. If you read my childhood story as well, my parents are not rich, so I had no support in that aspect either. So, moving on. I think there are a lot of misconceptions about being a YouTuber that I really want to tackle in this video, because although there are exceptions, as in there are YouTubers that are earning millions of dollars, that are super famous, that are doing really, really well, I feel like the media kind of blows it out of proportion because that happens in any industry. Like if you're a really famous like actor or actress, you get paid like $180 million a year or whatever, and it's a really lavish and amazing lifestyle. But there are also lots of actors and actresses that, are in LA driving Uber cars or waitressing and just trying to scrape by while auditioning. And they may have a few roles and parts here and there, but they're definitely not living the same lifestyle. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening in the media, because people feel like YouTubers like PewDiePie and Bethany Motor are really killing it, that all of us YouTubers are, and it's completely untrue. There are a lot of us that, just struggling to pay our rent. The reality is maintaining a YouTube channel actually takes a lot of time. Like, it is a full-time job, especially when you're uploading once or twice a week and also updating all your social media, coming up with new scripts, coming up with new content, making sure you're actually making better and better videos every week. It leaves very little time and energy